All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Dolor por Amor. This is episode number 8. A very, very special episode because the person I have here with me is my older brother, Juan Carlos Gutierrez.
What's up, everybody?
Little round of applause for my brother, Juan Carlos. Okay, Juan. So,
What's going on?
You requested to be number 8 specifically. Why?
That's something that if you know, you know. So
Okay.
it goes that deep.
It goes deep. Is
Yeah.
it deep?
I think
too?
Nadia and her mom will probably understand.
Yeah.
But if you know, you know. Off camera, I'll let you know.
Okay.
But it's, you know how I am.
Yes, sir.
You know, with a lot of things,
Yeah.
spiritual, like vibrational energies, numerology,
Yes.
all that stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I like to have a broad spectrum of belief, but most of all, God,
Yes.
you know?
Yes, sir.
So, what's up, everybody? Kind of nervous if you can't tell, but we're here. We're making it happen.
So
For my little brother.
we're on episode number 8, and I was telling you earlier, I was like, "Are you nervous?" And you're like, "Not really. I'm just kind of excited a little bit. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know." And I'm like, "I'm nervous, bro. This is episode number 8, and I always start off nervous. I'm always shaky, and I'm just like, God, like everything has to be perfect. But at the end of the day, you know, nothing's ever perfect. It's just you have to prepare very well. So that's it, bro.
Yeah.
So, little background on yourself. What do you do for work, and how what best describes Juan Carlos?
Well, background on me. Well, you know what I do for work, but for everybody that doesn't know, I'm in the pallet business,
Yes.
just like everybody else in our family that we know. You know what I mean? Like our uncle or cousin Jorge. Shout out to Jorge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We've been in this industry since I can remember, honestly, dude.
Yeah. Gutierrez
know.
Pallets.
Gutierrez Pallets.
Yes, sir.
Started my own. Phoenix Pallet Solutions, everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's been going great. So that's what I do.
There you go.
Independent, you know,
Yeah.
get this money
Yes, sir.
because bills don't wait.
Hell no, they don't.
So you got to get out there and get it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but so that being said, what made you, or what pushed you actually to start your own company?
Well, there's a lot of factors that played into me going into starting my own LLC,
Yeah.
my own business. Primarily, like I'm a very driven individual.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So just seeing a lot of opportunity not being taken. Just being here working with my dad, obviously, you know what I mean? So he's gotten to a certain point where he feels comfortable, and I just had to take initiative on myself, you know, to start my own business and grasp these opportunities and not let them go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because,
Yes, sir.
like I said, it was just opportunities that would come in left and right, and they were just like, in my mind, I seen how it would play out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like gaining contracts or new clients, new customer base, and it's just income that was not, you know, how do I say? Well, for another term, it's like I don't like to leave money on the table.
Yeah. I kind of get what you're saying. Like my dad, bien cerrado de la mente, sadly. Like
I just don't want to put anybody down, but
No.
like if you want to,
No, like this is
You know
for
what
real,
I'm
bro.
talking
Like
about, man.
this Dolor por Amor podcast, bro. This is where we say what we gotta say, you know, and let everybody know how it is. We've been working for our father in Gutierrez Pallets for a long time, and this is actually my first year that I didn't really work with my dad, you know, because I started teaching and stuff. But something that I noticed that he does is he's comfortable where he's at.
exactly.
And I get it, you know, like he's come a long way from where he started, you know, migrating into the United States with, you know, nobody, starting from the ground up and like building the business that he has today and giving us the future that we had, you know, like giving his kids a better future. That's what everybody wants, you know. But I feel like now he's at a safe spot that he just doesn't want to expand and grow, and I get it. And that's where you come in. That's where the Phoenix, Phoenix Palace Solutions came in, and you're like, going back to what you said, you would rather take the initiative with Phoenix Palace Solutions and get those contracts, make that extra money, versus letting somebody else eat.
Exactly.
And it was what I would see is you would tell my dad, hey, there's this contract or there's this business, and like, do you want to do it? And he's like, nah, like.
Hey, but it's funny because exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, it's on a platter.
Yeah, we can eat.
You know what I mean? There's money here.
Yeah.
But in his mind, he's like,
I can't. Yeah, he's scared.
I don't know.
And it's not necessarily a bad thing. Like, he's good where he's at.
Yeah.
And he just wants to play that safe card now.
Yeah, he does.
Because all his kids are grown up, so he doesn't really have to like grind for, so to say. Like, I'm the youngest, so I'm already like in my own career, but you're like, nah, homie, like I'm gonna take advantage of this, but how am I gonna do it? I need a name, I need a business, I need to figure this out.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
thanks to God, Phoenix Palette Solutions came out.
I know, dude.
So
I mean, I got to a certain point where, like you said, I would present these ideas and opportunities to my dad, and sadly, he didn't see it.
Yeah.
The way I did.
Yeah.
Thereof, like, coming from how you said he came from
zero,
the fucking hills in Mexico. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Immigrant over here, and just
population of like 100 and something people.
Bro,
everybody knows everybody's cheese man.
There's 2 main roads, and that's it.
And they barely paved them.
And they
used to be dirt roads.
Them, dude. They barely finished it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
so he built a company, and he got to where he's at, and I give him the credit. Yeah. And I remind him, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, look, you came from this, and this is where you're at. Stop and take a look. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Measure your success. When people sometimes need to stop, and they don't realize that
where they are,
where they start feeling like, or they start being kind of ungrateful.
Yes.
For their success. And even though it's not like instant gratification where you're like, oh, boom, I made a sale, make all this money, boom, here's this big ass check. No, it's like the smallest little stones that you put on your foundation matter the most sometimes.
Yeah.
So you got to stop and look back and look at all the small wins, dude.
Yeah.
The big ones that add up, the small ones that structure it. You know what I mean? So.
And it's funny because I had Nadia on the podcast before you for episode number 7, and she had a thing where it was 5 pieces of advice she'd give her girlfriends, if they were to start a business today, and that's one of them. Like consistency. Consistency is the thing. Like how you said, you can't go out there and expect a big win without all those small little,
exactly,
all those small little W's. Because at the end of the day, you can have a big win, but if you're just shooting for big wins, you're gonna miss. Versus if you shoot for little shots, all those little shots that you've made add up to way more than that big win. Yeah. So in the end, it's all about that.
A simple way to put it, it's like, your big wins are your bricks. The small ones is the cement.
Yeah. Damn, bro.
If you don't have both, you can build a wall, dude. You can build a house.
Yeah.
You can build a mansion. But without that fucking cement, man, all those little wins in there that keep it together, one little fuck up, dude, and it should crashing down.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
It all starts with the foundation.
Exactly. So, just as a note too, when I first initiated Phoenix Palace Solutions, I had a big motivator in my life.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say like the biggest blessing because I have kids.
Yeah.
That are my biggest blessings.
Of course. Life is always the biggest
but
blessing.
I have...
Shout them out.
Dude, an amazing freaking woman in my life that gave me that push, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I've never met somebody so, like, that smart, that, like, open-minded, that blunt, you know, like, she's the only one that could put me in check.
Yeah.
And I would hear her out even though I don't want to.
Yeah.
But she's right. Like, she'll be telling me, like, look, and just lay it out for me. So I would sit there. I would have, like, long nights, right? Like, my thing is, like, I'll have nights where I'd sit in the sala. Everybody's asleep. And I'll just meditate, or I'll pray.
Yeah.
You know, ask for some guidance, or, you know. And it came to light, dude, that I had to do it.
Yeah.
And I did.
Yeah.
And it's been bearing fruit. You obviously know.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, hey, Rick, can you do me a favor? I got these invoices. Can you print them out for me?
Yeah.
And you take a look. You know what I mean? Like, who wouldn't?
Yeah.
But it's been going good, dude.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. So...
By the way, I'm gonna have to send you an invoice on all the prints that
I have more, actually.
I'm kidding.
I didn't feel like, hey, Rick, I got some
it's all
more
good.
to
We
print
gotta
out,
use our
dude.
resources, right, bro?
Yeah, exactly. Just because I'm lazy, and Chelsea's gonna laugh. I'm like, dude, you haven't even freaking set up your printer,
Bro, I have a
and
printer.
you have a business. I'm like, well, you know.
I have a printer, dude, that I got for Christmas like 2-3 years ago, and I used it for a long time because of school.
Yeah.
And then I ran out of ink, and I think I went to Walmart or Target. I don't know. I went somewhere.
Yeah.
And there's so many options for ink
And you're
cartridges.
just like,
I just
whatever.
left. I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have time for this. I'm just
Like-
gonna print it at the
Yeah,
school
exactly.
or something.
I look at the printer and it's still in the box, sealed up, taped up, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, hey, Rick, can you do
Can
me a
you?
favor?
I'm gonna send you a PDF file.
I used to have Chelsea, you know, but you know, she's moved up in her
in her position.
in her work.
Yeah.
She has taken a next step
Shout out
as
to
well.
her too.
And I'm just like, I have to. Well, I don't have to, but like I knew that I needed to let her focus on her.
Yeah, of course.
Her profession, because it's a very demanding job.
Yes, it is.
Just as running a business, I would say.
Yeah,
you know?
and quick shout out to Chelsea, bro, because since the first day that she came into your life, like, you know, me and you were always like really fucking close.
Yeah.
You know, through our ups and downs, but no matter what, I feel like how you were talking about in the beginning, the vibration, that energy, like we were disconnected physically in life for a while, but we still had that same vibration frequency, and we can read off of each other. And when she came into your life, I saw an instant like mentality switch in you, and I was like, this is gonna be the woman that changes Juan for.
And it's funny
for the not the good, because you were already doing good,
Yeah.
but for his absolute best.
Yeah, it's like I had plans, right?
Yeah.
And I met Chelsea, and those plans were like right here, and I was like, her expectations
Were
up
way
here.
higher. Yeah.
And me being me, those who know me,
Yeah.
when people doubt me or whatever, like the best thing I do, and I do it quite well, is prove people wrong. You know what I mean? Not just because I feel like it, but I do it to show myself that I can do it. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
To prove.
it's like setting a goal.
Because you don't need to prove to anybody.
You don't.
The last thing you
really
want to do
don't.
is try to prove people wrong, because then you're just fueling other people's enjoyment.
Yeah.
But it's always great to prove to yourself that you are capable, more than capable, to do whatever you put your mind to.
Exactly.
So.
And so far, so good.
Yeah.
You know
Well,
what I mean?
I'm sitting here, bro, and I'm proud of you for everything you've accomplished, bro. And I know there's been ups and downs and way below, but you're here now, and you know I'm grateful for you. So.
Thank you, man. It means a lot. I'm proud of you too, bro, because out of all of us, man, you're the one that got educated and actually followed through with the career. And I'm proud of you, man. Kudos to you. Like I always told you, you know, if you're going to do it, you got to finish. You got to finish strong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Don't just be like, oh, I'm going to do this. And like, nah, follow through with it.
Yeah.
You know? A lot of people tend to like start something and then just fall short because they either get intimidated or they get bored or they don't have that drive anymore. What people don't do is they need to fuel that. And to me, like you said, like, oh, you don't have to prove yourself to nobody. That's true, but I use it as like a fuel.
Yeah.
It fuels me inside because, like you said, like I came from a place where, like, I don't know. Let's just say, when you hit rock bottom, dude, you have no choice but one. Either you stay there or you get the fuck up and you get your shit together and you fucking go hard.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's my drive.
Yeah.
Because I've already touched rock bottom.
Yeah.
With my face.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I had no choice. But now that I have all these opportunities, I have endless choices.
Yeah.
Just like everybody does in their life.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? The choices that you take or that you make, will define the person you are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And even though sometimes you make the wrong choice, don't let it be like what brings you down.
Yeah.
Because it's only building you up.
Yeah. So going off of that, what I like to say, and when I tell people, there's no such thing as a wrong choice. Like, as weird as that sounds, I always like, because I mean, you know, everybody's free to believe in what they want to believe, but I feel like we all believe in a higher power, and for me that is God.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like God already has the end destination placed for you,
Mm-hmm.
but He has built multiple roads for you to take,
Mm-hmm.
and the roads that you take are your free will. Some roads will get you faster to the things that you ask for, and some are gonna take you way, way longer. But at the end of the day, He's guiding you into that final destination.
Yeah.
So, you know.
That's true. I think I've told you like a couple times where it's like when you watch movies, let's say like the Avengers or whatever, and they're like, oh, it's the you know how there's like different timelines,
The multiverse.
the multiverse. It's in the movies for a reason, Rick,
Yeah.
because the multiverse is this. You know how there's a lot of people in this world.
Yeah.
Every person's mind is its own multiverse.
Yeah.
Their own belief, their own path they're walking. And not just that path, like you said, God puts many paths that you can take.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine that as like kind of like the multiverse, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So every person that you meet, every individual that you interact with, like in their mind, they have their own belief or...
Fucking train, bro.
You know what is doing that? They're like, stop talking. Stop telling
They're
them
listening.
Start telling them all the knowledge and, you know.
So going off of that, bro, I wanted to ask you, what would you say? I gotta talk a little louder because the train's in the back, and I'm not trying to cut this.
Es la Santa Fe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you say the hardest battle you've had to overcome is?
Well, the hardest battle I had to overcome
Yes,
in
sir.
my life?
In your life?
That's a good question. Let's just say, out of many, there's one. And not to sound selfish, but it's as deep as like my mind's going crazy.
No, you're good, bro. Take your time.
But like, you know how I told you, like I've been to where it's like rock bottom.
Yeah.
And to me, the hardest thing I've had to overcome is like knowing the fact that I have failed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I've like that part of life that I keep fresh in my mind was just like, wow.
Yeah.
You know, knowing that I failed, and not just like just say like failed as like, you know, being there as an older brother for you during those years.
Yeah.
Right? Or being a father to my son for those years.
Yeah.
Or being a son for those years.
Yeah.
Like failing as a whole.
Yeah.
Failing myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That had to be like the hardest thing that I had to like kind of like sit and like digest and accept the fact that I failed.
Yeah.
At a certain point. You know? Which in turn I learned to turn that into a positive to fuel like my drive of like going and getting it.
Yeah.
You know, like work or initiating my business. Like you keep that fresh in your mind as like fuel.
Yeah.
How people say like, oh, you have to let go of the past. Like, yeah, you can let go of your past, but keep it fresh.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, oh, you made a mistake or you messed up or you fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, you learn from it.
Yeah.
But it's there as to remind you
Yeah.
not to fuck up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So that had to be like the hardest thing that I had to overcome, dude.
Yeah. Failure.
Is like failure.
Yeah.
Knowing what actual failure is. A lot of motherfuckers don't know, bro,
Yeah.
what it is to fail.
Yeah.
Like, oh, like, nah, dude. Failing is like when you actually don't have shit, dude. Like, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Those of you who know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
When you literally don't have anything.
Mm-hmm.
And you end up in a place where you don't have, like, basically control
Of your life. Yeah.
of your life
Yeah.
because you fucked up,
Yeah.
you know?
Mm-hmm.
But God, listen, like you said, has your path fucking defined for you.
Exactly.
Even if you made that mistake
Mm-hmm.
or mistakes,
Yeah.
He's guiding you through the trials and tribulations, let's say, or He's throwing you in the fire. You remember this talk I had with you is God will put you in the fire,
Yeah.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
to test you,
Yeah.
to build you up, to make you strong, to make you wiser, to give you knowledge or more wisdom, to help you understand why,
Yeah.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
and build yourself the right way.
Yeah.
Walk the right path.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So He guides you through the rough little caminito on the cerro and through the fucking thorn bushes and
Mm-hmm.
you trip over rocks and
Yeah.
but then again you get to that end of the path, dude, and you get into the
soft,
road
yeah.
or the sidewalk.
Mm-hmm.
Smooth,
Mm-hmm.
you know? So yeah. Not to get too sidetracked with that, but
No, that's perfect, bro. It's on point on how I see it, the perspective of God putting you through certain situations to get you where what you asked for. It's like it's like there's a saying that says God gave, or you asked God for strength, so He made you go through, trials and tribulations to get you stronger. And at times you're like, why is He doing this to me? Why me? Like, I just want this. Well, what you don't realize is you're going through that to get to what you wanted to get. And that's perfect.
exactly. He'll put people there to hurt you. He'll put people there to love you.
Mm-hmm.
He put people there to take advantage of you,
Mm-hmm.
to help you, to use you,
Mm-hmm.
to help you, basically. Like, it's just His way, dude.
Mm-hmm. And then, like, getting on that level, it's, you think about it and you're like, God, why sometimes people are like, why are you doing this to me?
Mm-hmm.
But people don't understand that God gave His only Son and saw His Son get hung on a cross for our sins.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
The ultimate sacrifice, man.
So, a little food for thought. When you feel like, you're going through some shit, just know that Jesus, went through the worst for us.
What people understand is, like, it could be worse.
It could be worse. It could always be worse. And people say, "Oh, that's such a cop out."
Dude, it could have been worse for me.
It's
I could have, like, not be here.
Mm-hmm.
That could be worse.
Yeah.
But I'm here.
Yeah. Thankfully.
I'm back. Better than ever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a totally different version of myself. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, dude. Just like I said, it's people being ungrateful for like the smallest shit.
Yeah.
When they don't see the bigger picture, where like there's really people that are hurting, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That are really going through some stuff. But then again, you want to sit there and complain about like, oh, this and that, like the small shit. You know?
Yeah.
Like the simple things. When they need to like be more grateful of like, dude, you're employed, cool. You have somewhere to live, great. All your bills are paid. Be thankful for that shit, because there's people out there that are just, you know.
I wanna start. I wanna finish this little segment off with this, and it's gonna lead us into our next segment. And this one's for little Juan, for Juan Jr. So hopefully you get to hear this, and he knows this. You know, we have our conversations. He goes through some stuff sometimes. You know, your boy, and he comes to me for guidance, and I'm like, bro, like sometimes I'm going through shit, and I'm like, how am I gonna? And I tell Nadia this
Why
too.
you
I'm
adding
like,
to my
it's
shit
funny
pile?
because I've been going through some stuff lately, and like it's always when like I'm going through some heavy stuff, Juan calls me, dude. Juan
Like he
calls
knows?
me, and no, like, and he's going through some stuff
Oh,
too.
really? Damn.
So God's like slapping me in the face, like, yeah, you're going through some shit, but you got to be there for somebody else because people are looking up to you. So stop being weak and be a leader, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, and I tell Nadia this. I'm like, look, he's calling me again. And she's like, that's insane. Like, it always happens. So I answer his phone call, and I'm always trying to be there for him. And I like to finish off with this because we're going to go into our break right now. But I like to say, I tell Juan, at the end of the day, if you can count to 10, then you have nothing to worry about. And the first time I told him this, he was like, what are you trying to say, Theo? And I was like, look, you can count to 10 numerically. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But this is how I like to count to 10. I have a beautiful fiance. I have a family. I have a bed. I get to eat every day. I have a roof over my head. I have a car. I have a job. I have friends. You know?
Yeah.
I have a cute little puppy. And I have faith. That's 10. And if you can keep going, you got way more blessings than anybody else.
Exactly.
So, next time, if you can count to 10 the way I just counted, just know you'll be okay.
You got everything.
You got everything.
You know what I mean?
So-
It boils down to that. You got to look at the small shit.
Exactly. The little things.
You know what I mean? You can't just be focused on the big ass prize up there, because you got to do all this shit before you get there.
Yeah.
And if you can't put in that work, or you can't see it for what it is, like, you know, how do you expect to get there?
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. So, going to take a quick little break and see you guys in a bit. All right, guys. Welcome back. So, we talked about your boy,
Yeah.
little Juan, who is in his freshman year at NAU.
NAU.
There you go. So, congratulations to our little kid.
Congratulations, Juan. Keep it up, man.
That being said, having to grow up as an adult, or having to grow up into how do I say this? Playing the adult role at such a young age. How old were you?
16.
16? So you're a teen dad.
Yeah, teen dad.
Okay,
High school
so
dad.
How was it? How was life? Because you had to, basically go from a teenager into an adult at that point.
Well, at that point, it's like the level of matureness that you have at that age, dude, is not that, like, let's just say, dude, you're 16.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And at that time, it was just, to me, I was just like, you know, it was overwhelming at times. But I tried, dude. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I really did. I tried.
Yeah.
I did do what I had to do. Like, I was working. try to be responsible, go to school.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And just try to balance that lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not easy, dude.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it really isn't. And was I ready? Now I can say I wasn't,
Mm-hmm.
but at the time I was just like, what option did I have?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, like, it's different because it throws you into a different spin of life at such a young age where, like, you have to try to provide for, your child, man.
Mm-hmm.
Being a child yourself,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Yeah.
And that stigma of, like, like, you see all these younger people getting pregnant or
Mm-hmm.
becoming fathers at a young age. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's tough, dude.
Yeah.
And I can honestly say, if you don't have like a close family or family support to help you,
Mm-hmm.
it gets that much harder.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially if, like, shit happens,
Mm-hmm.
you guys break up, and dude, your kids are in the middle of it.
Yeah.
So who gets the fucking shit under the stick is the kids, man.
Yeah.
And at that young age, you don't see it because you're selfish.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh, I don't like how you're being with me, or this and that. Like, oh, it's over. Like,
Yeah.
But then
Typical
again,
teenage
like,
stuff.
yeah, like typical, like, dude, you're 16. Come on,
Yeah.
think about it. And it's like, you argue about stupid shit,
Mm-hmm.
or you don't fucking, ¿cómo se dice?
The
Like, no se acoplan.
Yeah.
Like, you guys don't mold.
The
to each
communication
other.
is not there.
The communication, or just, is just fucked up all the way around.
Yeah.
But I tried, dude.
Yeah.
That's all I can remember, is that I really fucking tried to be a man
Mm-hmm.
and take responsibility, and at the best of my ability at the moment,
Yeah.
with the matureness that I had at the moment.
Yeah.
And now I can look back and say, like, oh, I could have done this, or I could have done that. But everybody says that. Like, I'm 34 years old. I could have been like, hey, at 20 something, I could have done this different.
Yeah.
But you just didn't have that
Yeah.
wisdom or knowledge at the moment where you could, like, fully grasp up, like, what to do.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, we all make the choices we made at that time. So there's no way you could have been like, I would have done it differently, because you were there. You made that choice.
There, yeah.
There is no second. There is no second option. You made the choices you made, and you just have to keep going. You know.
It's all about choices, guys.
Yeah.
The choices you make in life will define who you are. Remember that one.
Yes, sir.
You know.
Well, regardless of the fact, dude,
And if one's watching this, better keep them fucking grades up, man. Like I told you, nobody's gonna be there to freaking guide you and babysit you.
Yeah.
Like, dude, get it, man.
It's tough, dude.
Stay focused. You know what I mean?
And then, because I'm a high school teacher, and kids are like, oh, like, I'm gonna go to college and stuff like that. But they, they're messing around in school, and I was that kid. I didn't really pay attention in high school, and I had to pay the ultimate price when I went to college, because I had to, redo all these classes that were high school level classes.
I think you were there fucking off,
in the community college, and I'm like, what the hell was I doing with my life?
Exactly.
And then little by little, I had to work harder to get to where I was supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
And my GPA and grades proved high school me wrong, and showed them that I could be a different person.
Yeah.
Again, situations which made me not really care about high school and stuff, but that's on a different topic.
But you stayed on track, Rick.
But I stayed on track.
You stayed on track.
And you know why? Just like you, I have my own person, bro, that keeps me in check and keeps me pushing me forward. And
luckily, you have that person. Dude.
And my fiance Nadia, like you have Chelsea and I have Nadia, and I feel like they fucking push us hard, dude, and they see more than what we can see sometimes, and it's crazy.
Nothing but the best out of you.
Yeah.
They, in their eyes, bro, like, they see you as this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They expect you to fucking they don't expect you, but you should be what they see in their eyes.
Yeah.
As a man.
Yeah.
You know? Like, from A to Z, bro.
Yeah.
Like, the way you carry yourself.
Mm-hmm.
The way you present yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Your work ethic. Everything.
Yeah.
Like, if you fucking wake up, make your bed.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you do this, like, you know, keep up with it. Like, everything, bro.
Everything.
It's just like, it's a fucking whole list.
Because at the end of the day, it's a partnership. You know,
It's
you guys are not
partnership.
just individuals anymore. At that time, you're together as one.
So you bring out the best in each other.
Yeah.
Or you can bring out the worst.
Yeah.
But there's a balance.
Yes, sir.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Just like, I heard your podcast when you were talking with Nadia. It's like, sometimes you gotta stop, bro, and like acknowledge
Mm-hmm.
and really understand what they're telling you.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they tell you things, or your spouse will tell you things, and it's like, it'll irritate you,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Or no? Not irritate you or bother you, or I don't know.
You
You'll feel some
take it
type
a
of
certain
way.
way. Yeah.
You'll take it like sideways.
Yeah.
Like today, she's like, "Babe, why are you wearing that shirt?" And I'm like, "What? Does it look funny? Does it make me look this type of way?"
Mm-hmm.
She says, "No, I just think this will look better." And I'm just like, "Fuck." Like, you know,
Yeah. I wanted to wear that shirt.
Like, I was supposed to be over there already, but I'm over here freaking
Changing.
And she's like, "No, I'm just telling you that you look better in this." And I'm
Yeah.
like, you know, just little things.
you're
like,
like-
you're like, "What the fuck?"
You're like, you're
saying that I look
making me late.
It's like you think like you're making me doubt myself. Like, do I
Yeah, your
look-
choices and
yeah,
stuff.
like, you know, but they're just trying to help you,
Yeah, of course.
you know.
Yeah.
And Chelsea, I fucking love you, dude. Like, man, I don't give her enough credit sometimes, man. But I admire this woman, dude.
There you go.
Not to get emotional, but only God knows. It's funny because I prayed, bro. Like, one time I was working, right? And I was like, all right. And I was like, fuck, I feel alone.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm out here with my family, but I'm like, I feel alone.
When you
You know, and I'm like, God, like, this is serious, bro. I was like, if you're going to put somebody in my life, please let it be somebody that belongs to me.
Yeah.
Something that's going to be good to me and not do the things that has happened to me in the past.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And fuck, dude, 2 weeks later, man, she fucking contacted me.
Yeah.
And
She slid into the DM.
she fucking sure did. Talking about, hey, baby. Nah,
Nah.
just kidding. Nah,
I was like, she would not do that.
Nah, I know, man. You know, but we met, man, and like, since I seen her, bro, like, fuck, dude, I literally fell in love with her, man.
Yeah.
And I would tell her, and she would think like, "Ah, you're fucking around and this and that."
Yeah.
And like, fuck, dude. It's been wild, but I love it.
Yeah.
It's been a really good adventure.
It's a journey. It makes life worth it. You know.
Well, you know what I
Yeah.
mean.
Yes,
Kudos
sir.
to Nadia. You've really done something with Ricardo,
Yeah.
and like, you know, sometimes we don't deserve you guys,
Yeah.
but
We
I
try our
know
best.
I know that we try.
Yes, sir.
So,
It was funny because you. So our next topic is you, because you were in prison, right? So,
yeah.
when Chelsea, you were out of prison a few months maybe, or a month or so.
Out of prison?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Chelsea messaged you on Facebook.
Online, yeah.
Yeah.
She did.
And
I didn't know anything about
and it's funny because I was still feeling out Juan, because me and Juan were like, because I have 3 brothers, and me and Juan were always like together through it
He
all.
was my
So
little-
through the good, through the bad, and through the worst. So it was like
He's my sidekick.
Yeah, I remember like we did everything together, and I was like, fuck. So when I lost you, I was like, fuck, dude. And then you came back and you got out of prison because you did what? How long were you in there for?
I think it was like 4 years.
4 years.
Yeah.
And my whole high school, right? So
Yeah, dude. Like I
So-
said, just that time I was gone, it was like I missed
everybody.
a fucking chunk
Yeah.
of everybody's life. Dude.
So when you came out, I was excited because I was like, I got my brother back.
Mm-hmm.
But then I'm like, what if it's not what if it's not the old Juan? You know, the one that I grew up loving and being with.
That's funny because when I got out, on the ride home, I felt everybody's energy was so tense, bro.
Yeah.
And it made me feel fucked up.
Yeah.
I felt out of place.
Yeah. But I was excited, bro.
Like, your guys' energy was just, like, the vibration that I got off you guys, like, the whole vibe was just fucked.
Yeah.
Because you guys were scared.
Yeah. It's because we didn't know.
Why are you going to lie?
We didn't know.
Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah.
But to what I've said, like, before, I like to prove people wrong.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't that you had to prove us wrong. Like, for me, it was just like, how do we get back to where we were? How can we pick back off?
Yeah.
And, like, I was excited, bro. Like, I didn't sleep the night because my dad was like, oh, vamos a ir pa Yuma, because that's where you were. And I was like, I'm going.
Yeah.
And they're like, why? I'm like, because I want to go. And I'm on drive. So I was going like 90 miles an hour, and my dad's like, cálmate, ya vamos a llegar. I'm like, nah, I was excited, dude. And then we spent the night before. Like, we drove by the prison, like, okay, this is where we're going to go pick him up. Yeah. And then we spent the night at the hotel. We got Panda Express the night. And then the next day, like, I didn't go to sleep because I was excited, bro. I was like, fuck yeah, dude, my brother's out.
That's what's up, man.
And we got you. And then you were like, fucking straight out of prison. Literally, like, tattoos everywhere and shit.
Right?
And
fuck, dude.
So we went to Jack in the Box, and you were like fucking like straight up from like a movie, bro. You were like trying to eat your food, but you were like trying to like make sure nobody fuck with your food and shit. But my original conversation was, so Chelsea hit you up, and then I remember we had a month already, and I was like trying to catch up with you because I was like, I got my brother back. Let's catch up on the like fucking years that we missed.
Yeah.
And you were outside, chilling. And I was like, what the fuck's he doing? Like,
this was trying to bounce.
Yeah, I was like, not again, And you get picked up by a random person. Or you were like, I was like, what are you waiting for? And you're like, oh, I'm going to go with somebody. And I'm like, who?
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, some girl. And I was like, So then, she pulls up, and I'm like looking to see if it's a girl.
Yeah.
And it was Chelsea. And I was like, oh, okay. And then you left. And then you guys came back, and I was like, where'd you guys go? And you're like, oh, to get ice cream or something. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And you told me the story. This is the funniest story ever. This is where I'm coming.
You would fucking bring that shit up. Chelsea's gonna fucking be like, what the fuck?
So Chelsea gets
hold on, fuck that.
Chelsea picks him up. Chelsea picks him up, and she's like, here, gives him her phone, and she's like, look for the nearest ice cream place.
Right.
And and Juan went into prison when sidekicks were in, like razors and stuff still. Like
the whole touchscreen shit was like
barely
coming out.
So like Blackberries and all that, those phones, right? Motorola's. So Juan gets the phone, and this is just from the story he told me. He looks at it, he's like, what the fuck is this?
No, I was like so embarrassed. And I was trying to look cool, right? Like, I'm trying to impress her and all
so you're just clicking random things?
I'm trying to fucking make myself look swole and all that. And then she's like, she said, look up some Cold Stone.
Cold Stone. You guys still love Cold Stone.
Cold Stone is the spot. It would always hold a place in my heart because shit was embarrassing, but it's like our first date, kind of, So, man, she hands me her phone, and she's like, look up a Cold Stone, right? And I was like, all right, cool. And I'm looking at the phone, right? And I'm like just touching it and swiping it and shit. I'm like, dude, I feel like a dumbass. I didn't know what the hell. I'm looking at it like, damn, this shit is tight. But
you're
I'm
on
like,
the settings.
what the fuck, dude? I think it locked it.
Yeah.
I locked it, and I was like, I don't know what happened. I was like, it did something here. And then she's like, she just starts fucking laughing her ass off, bro. And I felt so retarded. I was like kind of pissed off, but I was like, fuck this shit. But I was like, nah. And I just had to tell her straight up, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Nah, I get you, bro.
But yeah, that day will always have, or that night will always have a really good spot in my heart, dude. Because that shit was funny as hell.
Nah. And that day, I knew, I was like, yeah, Chelsea's funny. And it's funny because all my family has, with their person, they have that little story. And Jorge was the Lupita with the cinnamon challenge.
Oh yeah.
And we never let go. We never let it go of that. So we're like, oh, remember the cinnamon challenge? She's like,
Right.
oh, don't bring it up. And
Nah,
then,
like what you said in the last podcast where you're like fierro, and
oh
she's
yeah,
like, what'd she say?
she's like Fiero, whatever that
She was like,
means.
yeah. You're just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I was like, oh hell no.
You had that moment where you're just like, who the hell does she think she is? Yeah.
And I was like, because I was paisa as fucking in high school,
Yeah.
so I was like, what the hell? I can't vibe with this, you know.
Yeah.
But it's neither
You're
here
like
or
the
there.
Michael Blackson with the.
I can't get jiggy with this.
Shit. Yeah.
For real.
That's how I was with the phone. I'm just like, yeah.
You're
In
like,
my mind, I'm just like, fuck, dude. I probably look retarded
You're
right
like,
now. And
is
she's all like, what's wrong?
does this thing have internet?
I was like, how the fuck? And then she's all,
What's up?
and then I'm like, oh shit, that's tight. And I'm all like looking at her car and all sorts of shit because everything was like
Techie.
fresh, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, dude. Like, you know?
Because you were the last thing you remember, or one of the last cars you remember was the Armada. So.
Chelsea hates the Armada.
La Fontana.
She's
As
like-
my high school friends say, La Fontana.
La Fontana, dude.
The infamous Fontana.
She was famous.
She was gapping all these little high schoolers, bro.
Yeah.
I blew the transmission a couple of times in that.
Rest in peace. Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
like,
when
why
I-
isn't it going to second?
Yeah, I was like, I got out and I was like, let me drive this shit. And I drove it and I was like, fuck this shit. This shit's all fucked up.
All right, so
Anyway.
going into that topic, bro. What was life like inside prison, bro? Because you were in Durango jail for a bit, and then you got transferred to Kingman.
Yeah, I first went to Kingman.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I don't know, it just kept bouncing, bro. And they sent me to Winslow.
See,
And then from Winslow, no, I went to Winslow first, actually. Then to Kingman.
mm-hmm.
And then the whole thing happened. I don't know if you guys seen it on the news,
riots.
but they basically burned the place down, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it was funny because at that time I was like in the motion of like they were gonna transfer me out
Mm-hmm.
because I had like got a infraction or whatever, so they had me in the like transfer
Yeah.
whatever. So that's when they sent me to Yuma,
Mm-hmm.
and that's where I finished off like whatever
The
time.
sentence,
Yeah.
yeah.
But life in there, bro, is, I mean, what can you say? You know, I'm not gonna hype it up. It's like I don't recommend that place for anybody. It's
Yeah.
like fucking wasting your years of your life, man. For what?
Yeah,
You know? So it's not like, oh, prison this and we did that and da, 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 da. Like shit happened.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
yeah,
But I don't wish that fucking place on anybody.
yeah.
I don't give a fuck if you did me dirty or not.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like, fuck, dude, you fucked up, so you're going to prison.
Mm-hmm.
So either you're gonna go and you're gonna fucking fuck up, or you're gonna get your shit straight.
Yeah.
Period.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So either you structure yourself while you're there, make use of the time that you're there instead of wasting it. So what I did was I kept myself occupied.
Yeah.
I worked. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I did my program. And, you know, I managed to help other inmates get their GEDs,
Mm-hmm.
you know? Because I was like, at the time, I was just like, dude, I have like fucking 3 years. What am I going to do with myself?
Yeah.
So I basically like dissected myself piece by piece, bro, and educated myself and put myself back together, like in the best way that I
Yeah.
can, eliminating all the negativity, all the hoodness or whatever, the street life, whatever. So I was like, dude, I'm here for a purpose, you know, like I'm here because I obviously did some shit that fucking got me in trouble.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was like, well, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, fuck that. I'm not going to be following that stigma
The stigma, yeah.
of like, oh, da 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 da. Not speaking about shit, but like basically doing bullshit.
Yeah.
For what?
Yeah.
I don't want to spend the rest of my life in a fucking
Yeah.
shitty ass
To
place
play the prison game
to sit
and
there
possibly
and,
stay.
and like what the fuck,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So
makes sense.
I did what I had to do. You know, I educated myself. I programmed. I worked. Like I said, helped others get educated.
Yeah.
Get their GEDs.
Yeah.
Shout out to everybody. If you get to see this video, people that made it out, and you guys are educated, got your GEDs, now you have a key,
A good start
for life to build yourself up.
Yeah.
You know? So finished off my time there, like I said, man. Like, I'm not gonna sit there and be like, oh, this happened. Like, yeah, riots happen. Yeah, all this other stuff happened. People this, people that. You know? It's fucking real.
Yeah. And that's what people don't understand is like they see like obviously movies, play it to an extent, and some of the shit's real, some of the shit's fake. But
Yeah,
at
like,
the end of the day, if shit happens, shit happens. It's not like it's prison for a reason. It's a punishment for a reason, and people people get in there with a possibility to get out and never get out because they had to make choices, and they are sticking to that consequence. So
yeah. People don't grow up or, focus on bettering yourself. Like,
yeah.
Luckily, like the time that I did do here and there, I met individuals, older individuals,
Old heads
that, like, all day, they're doing all day. And they would talk to me, they're like, hey, Juan, what's up, man? Da, 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 da. You seem like a good vato, da, 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 da. And they would tell me, like, don't fall into this. Keep your head straight. You know what I mean? Focus. And, like, everybody wishes to be out.
Yeah.
Like, you have a blessing. Why waste it?
Yeah.
So that's what struck that in me to educate myself, make use of my time, read a lot, and basically build myself to be this person. So, because I already had plans to, upon my release, to, like, basically get out and, like, make up for the time that I lost.
Life is all about choices.
Yeah.
And the faster you figure that out and figure out making the right choices and what's best for not only yourself but the people around you that you really love and care about, that's when you start winning in life.
Yes.
So,
like I said, I worked education. It was crazy because shout out to Miss Fimbres. She was like the head of like the education department there. And I talked to her. I was like, hey, like, I'm interested in helping and get people their GEDs. Like, I have my diploma, I graduated. So she asked for my transcripts for me to get the job.
Yeah.
Because nobody could ever get that job. Because everybody was not
dumb. Or not dumb, but
they didn't have their education met to that degree.
Yeah.
Right? So, I mean, like I said, I made use of my time, and that kind of like helped me pull away from the negativity on the daily and put me in a place where I can, like, help others to better themselves, because that's what I was trying to do.
Yeah.
Because we had goals in life to, obviously become somebody better.
Yeah.
So.
No, that's good.
That's it, man.
All right. We're going to take our second break of this podcast. And when we get back, we're just going to talk about, how life was adjusting out of prison. So, all right. So we're back. So we were talking about life in the pen. And now,
the shithole.
How was life adjusting after prison? Because I know it was having to adjust. We were just talking about the technology part. Like, you missed out on a lot.
I did,
and,
man.
Like,
I missed out on important shit. Like, but adjusting after, it was different.
Yeah.
Because you're just so, like, you get so used to like a routine on a daily, so being out here and like actually having freedoms, like freedom to fucking shower when you felt like and all that, it's just different.
Yeah.
So I was like trying to wean off like my daily
like the habits.
habit.
Yeah.
You know, my mom one time she came out right. It was like 4 a.m.
Yeah.
And I always wake up at 4 a.m. Even till this day.
Yeah.
I was sitting in the sala and it's dark,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just sitting there.
My mom fucking
So she walks
get a
out,
heart
dude.
attack.
Dude, she started crying, bro.
No way.
Yeah, man. She was like, "Hijo, ¿qué tienes?" And I'm like, "Nothing."
Yeah.
¿Por qué estás sentado así? And I'm like, "I'm
'Cause you're
sitting
like this.
down. Like, am I doing something wrong?" And she's like, "No, it's just."
That's
She was
just-
scared, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck. Like,
Yeah.
this shit was so trippy.
Yeah.
And like slowly but surely, I started like that was a big, like, ¿cómo se dice?
Sign.
Like a sign, you know, like, dude, you're done.
Mm-hmm.
You
You're
know?
out.
Like, you don't have to be on high alert, you know,
Mm-hmm.
like, but, just adjusting, like, your routine is different.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's say, like I said, like the freedoms you get,
Yeah.
you can eat
Because
whenever
you
want.
had to do things every day was like the same thing.
Yeah, like I said, like you
technically.
had a program that you went off. Like you
Yeah.
wake up, you make a coffee, you
Mhm.
sit there, they open your cell, you
Mhm.
go to work or whatever.
Mhm.
You go work out, do whatever.
Yeah.
But it was like the routine was just every day, every
Yeah.
day, every day, every day. So being out of that, it was just different, man.
Yeah.
And I remember that happening. And then you guys were working. I think it was like a weekend, right? And I was just wanted to work.
Yeah.
I was excited.
Yeah.
And
Being able to do something
it was
different.
fucked up because I didn't have work clothes or anything. I'm just
yeah,
like,
you didn't have anything. Yeah.
fuck, dude, I felt like,
you know, it's funny because not to cut you off, but I remember because you didn't have clothes, and my mom was like, "Can you do me a favor?" And I was like, "What?" She's like, "Can you go buy Juan's clothes?" And I was like, "Yeah, what size is he?" And like, "Oh, it's like a 3XL or 4XL t-shirt and a fucking 30 something or 42. I don't know what the fuck size you were."
yeah.
And I'm like, "Where the fuck am I gonna find clothes that big?" Like, sorry, but I can't find clothes like that.
Yeah.
And till this day, you know for a fact I put you on. Where?
At Polo.
Ralph Lauren.
Yes, sir.
Specifically the Tanger outlet because they give you
Yeah.
cheap ass deals. But that's where I got all your clothes. You know, I got you like what three pairs of shirts. I got you jeans from Levi's, or my mom got you jeans from Levi's.
Levi's, yeah.
And then some shoes. We got you Jordans or something.
I was Nikes.
But Nikes, yeah. Oh, the Air Maxes, or something like that.
No, the
Air Forces? Yeah.
Black Air Forces.
Sheesh.
I was like, damn, they sent me some criminal shoes. Nah, just
Some
kidding.
QT. I'm about to run up on QT shoes. No, but yeah, I remember that you that's what you had. You had nice clothes because
Yeah,
that was for you to get out of
literally
prison.
Didn't have any work boots or work clothes. Or,
Yeah.
And then you guys are out here fucking smashing. I could hear the machines going,
Yeah.
nails, and all this stuff. And
Yeah.
I'm just like, I felt helpless, bro.
Yeah,
Like, what the fuck? You know,
Yeah.
like I'm sitting in the house. I'm just like,
not doing anything.
anxiety levels were just crazy, bro.
Yeah, I get it, bro. It sucks.
Like, to this day, I'm not going to lie. Like, the anxiety kind of lingers a little bit.
Mhm.
Especially, it's weird, bro, because it'll be random.
Mhm.
Like, I could be at the bank, bro, and if it's a busy day and there's like a lot of people in there, I start getting anxiety.
Yeah, and I remember you telling us that when we would go to restaurants and stuff,
Yeah, like I don't like
you
to
couldn't
sit,
be in like a claustrophobic.
and especially if there was like people behind me or walking behind me.
Mhm.
That was like,
Yeah,
oh my god. Chelsea till this day does not understand like why.
well, that's not like necessarily like because of prison and stuff. Like I have the similar thing, and Nadia knows this, and now she understands it. But when we go out to eat or to a restaurant or whatever, I sit where I could see the front door.
Yeah, exactly.
And I want to see who's coming in and out.
Yeah, you want to
Because
see.
I have that paranoia, like
You want to see
something
like
can happen.
what's going on.
You want to
around
assess,
you.
yeah, when you want to assess the situation, just
Exactly.
in case. And she would always ask me like, "Why do you always want to sit on like? Why do you always want to sit
A
this way?"
booth. I always get a booth.
Yeah, and I'm like, because I want to be able to see who's coming in and out. Because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, like you just never know. Like we live in such a fucked up time that shit can happen anywhere, anytime.
That's true.
And me being a teacher, that says a lot because that we get that every day.
Yeah.
So it's just,
It's sketchy, bro.
you know, welcome to America.
It is sketchy. It's like, wow.
But no, I get you, bro. I remember all that stuff, and it's tough, bro. But here you are now.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm here. Everything's better.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, it was just such an odd feeling, like a weird feeling where just having to readjust to like normal society. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like being a freaking normal citizen.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people will be like, "Well, what the fuck? Like, you just
What does
got
that
out."
mean? Yeah.
You know, like, dude, you don't understand until like you literally are so restricted
Mm-hmm.
to a point where the smallest little freedom is like, what the fuck, you know, like, dude, I could shower right now, you know,
Yeah.
I could shower
Like,
two
I
times,
can't just go
you know,
anywhere.
like, oh, I'm gonna go buy fucking fucking
McDonald's. Or something.
McDonald's, yeah, like, or go to Circle K and buy chips and shit,
Yeah.
like, dude,
Just whenever you want.
it's like,
And it's
wow,
weird to
man.
think about it that way, because you're like,
Like, can you tell,
You-
like, fuck, dude, like, I put on a lot of weight.
I was like, you can literally go wherever you want now.
Yeah,
Like,
it's like, it feels nice.
yeah.
But it's just to that question, like, how is it to adjust to, like, you know, being out? It's weird.
Yeah.
It's like a whole process, you know? Like, you gotta
Take time.
take time and let go of that shit,
Yeah.
you know? And I'm glad. Like, man, dude, it felt so nice. Like, you don't understand, Ricardo, like, it hasn't happened in a while, but I would have these dreams, bro, where, like, I like to sleep and everything's dark, right? But sometimes, like, I would wake up and just be, like, I would jump out of bed, bro. Like, I'll sit up fast as fuck. And Chelsea would be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I'm just like, I would have to talk to her, you know, like, well, this and this happened.
Yeah.
So it's like a natural reflex
Yeah.
to, like, be, like you said, you know, better? Okay.
Yeah.
My bad. It's like, you always have to be alert, you know what I mean? Like, you always have to be aware of what's happening. And certain situations where I literally had to be on your toes. You have to be on your toes, you know?
Yeah.
So there would be times where that was like one of the hardest things to adjust to, was like waking up and knowing that you were free. As stupid as it sounds, like, that was one of the bigger things, because you don't, like, it would suck, bro. Like, you know, like, let's say I was in prison or whatever, and then you're just like, you have a good dream and you're with your family, or you're with,
And then you
well, I'm
wake
with my
up.
son,
Yeah.
and you wake up, bro, and you're just like, okay,
Fuck, dude.
you know what I mean?
That's crazy.
Or you hear that fucking
It's like the complete opposite of when you're out here, or like let's say I was dreaming and I have like a fucked up dream,
yeah,
and then I wake up, I'm like, oh, thank God.
yeah.
Versus you're like having a great dream, and then you
Yeah.
wake up, you're in there, and
It's
you're
like, dude,
fuck.
like, sometimes it would be heartbreaking, bro.
Yeah.
Like, there would be times where I'm just like, oh, I have so much rage, bro.
Yeah.
And I would just work out.
Yeah.
Sometimes I would do sessions for like 3 hours, bro. Just like,
Yeah,
Working out.
and that's funny. Like, that's something that I've never thought about. Thinking about it, I'm like, damn, dude, that's true. Like, imagine, you know, being in there and having that good dream, like you're with your family and stuff.
yeah,
and
dude. It's
you wake up and you're in the fucking
it'll
in a
just,
prison.
it'll like really
Eat you,
It'll-
dude.
it'll
and
crush you
imagine the people
inside.
that are not getting out and have those dreams.
Yeah, like I said, like, there'll be
That's fucked, bro.
the other people that are like, okay, you know, hey, at least you get to go home.
Yeah,
So stop being a little pussy.
yeah. Fuck,
You know?
dude. That's crazy.
It's messed up, dude, but it is what it is, man. But that was like one of the hardest things to do, is like adjust.
to them.
Vice versa. Being in there, having a good dream, you wake up and you're like, oh fuck, look at, there's a fucking concrete wall right there with a big ass door, and you literally can fucking step a couple steps that way and that's it.
Yeah.
You know? And vice versa. Being out here, being free, and then having a dream that you're still locked up.
Yeah.
And you're like, fuck, man.
Yeah.
You know?
But at least you wake up and you're like, I'm not in there.
Dude, I would be so happy.
Fuck, dude.
At
that's
first, I'll be
crazy.
like, wake up and it's like dark, and I'm like, damn it.
Like,
You know?
like let's say like going into like some weird shit, like the theories and stuff,
like the sci-fi
this,
shit.
yeah, like this whole, like, let's say this whole time that you were out, and then you wake up and it was all a dream and you were still in there.
Fuck, I think I'll beat the shit out of my celly.
Yeah,
I would fucking.
What did I do, fool?
I'll grab him off his bunk and just like slam the shit out of
dude,
him.
imagine, dude. Like being in such a deep sleep that you're just, and you know what's crazy? I say that because I've had dreams where that it lasts like a week or two.
It's crazy, huh?
And I'm like it's so real. And then I wake up and I'm like, what the hell? Like, what the hell? Like, and I tell Nadia, I'm like, dude, I had this dream, and it's so vivid, and you can re-say it like the next day, and you're like, how? How does that happen?
It doesn't happen that often, but it
does happen, yeah. And I'm like, dude, what the hell?
Like, luckily for me, like that type of stuff, it's been quite a while.
Yeah.
It's been maybe like over a year since I had something
like that. Yeah, dude, those are
because
crazy.
Now I'm just like, whatever, you know, like, oh shit, okay.
Yeah. Going off topic on that one though, the sleep paralysis, bro. I get that like at least twice a month.
You're like Nick, huh?
Dude, I fucking hate that, dude. I just feel so like vulnerable and like
helpless.
Cause I'm like asleep and I could literally see my room.
Yourself.
And
like third person?
Yeah, like third person, like a ghost.
Yeah.
And I'm just stuck, and I'm just like trying to like get up and stuff, but I can't. And I'm like stuck, and I'm like, what the fuck? At least twice a month.
Have you ever had a dream where, like, say like you're dreaming, right?
Yeah.
And you're outside, and like normal life, and then you're just like jump, and you're just fucking, just start fucking flying.
Oh, floating?
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
I've had those dreams, bro.
You know what's crazy? We're gonna turn this into a dream segment, bro.
Right, we're gonna turn this into like a Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Like, not to like on some crazy shit, bro. Like when I used to work at EOS.
Yeah.
So, I remember one time I was sleeping, and this is when the bikers were still there, in the backyard.
Oh, over here?
Yeah, the club or whatever, the Rolling Nights or some shit.
Yeah.
And I was asleep, and I was having a dream that I got shot. Like I was running away, and somebody was shooting at me, and I got shot in my spine.
Oh shit.
Right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck? So I was like paralyzed, and I couldn't move. And I woke up, and I had the worst like back pain for 2 days.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Like I called in at EOS because I couldn't move. Like I could walk and stuff, but it hurt so much, so I couldn't train my clients.
Maybe that when you're dreaming, you maybe like
tweak.
when you got shot, you're just like, you did some crazy.
But look, it gets
something.
crazier. That night, somebody had jumped the fence in the backyard.
Oh, you
remember that guy that jumped the fence shot? And he was in the backyard bleeding out?
Yeah, I remember that.
That's that same night.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That was like a premonition type shit?
That was that same night. And you know what's crazy?
Huh.
I went on the roof, and by where my room is, there's a bullet hole.
Oh, I see the bullet hole out there. Yeah,
that bullet hole.
Dude, Mike, when he was remodeling,
he found it?
He found a bullet.
Yeah. So I went in the attic, and I tried looking for it, and I saw just the pieces of the
stucco.
The stucco inside the house.
Yeah.
But I didn't find the bullet. But all that lined up, bro.
You were just like, what the hell?
Yeah, bro. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Fuck this.
That's some tricky stuff. I don't know what you're drinking, about these VMCs or something.
Yeah. Hey, so Canelo Alvarez.
Right.
Send us a care package, please. VMCs. That's all we be drinking in Dolor por Amor podcast.
Mochate, güey. I seen his little
Puro Jalisco.
Right. I seen his kid que estaba pidiendo tacos, right? And then like they kept ignoring him.
Oh, sí.
He's like, dame unos pinches tacos, dame una pinche madriza.
Oh, that's his brother.
Oh yeah, no, I could tell.
In Zapopan,
you know?
Yeah.
He's probably like brought flashbacks to him. Yeah. He's like, damn, he used to beat my ass.
He's like, hey, unos tacos, and they ignore him, huh?
Yeah.
And he goes to somebody else, hey, unos tacos de pastor, and they ignore him. And he goes to his brother, and he's like, hey, dame 3 tacos al pastor, o te voy a partir la madre. And he's like, oh, sí, aquí están.
Ahí te van 2 for now, yeah.
Hey, aquí por mientras. Más te vale, dice.
Right.
Shout out to Canelo, bro.
Shout out.
All right, so changing off the vibes of, some negativity. You kind of talked about this in the beginning, but what would you say you're most grateful for?
most grateful for?
Overall.
Dude, it's simple, man. Just the opportunity that I have to, like, how do I say this? Basically, the opportunity that I have to, like, oh, fuck. Dude, like I said, you ask a question, it's like,
It's like
your
a million thoughts.
mind just floods with all this shit.
No, you're good. I get you.
What was the question? What am I
What are you most grateful for? Yes.
I'm grateful for the opportunity that I have to, like, better myself and keep bettering myself. And in doing so, helping others that way I have. You obviously know how. In the smallest way, not just like financially. Like, you know, even if it's guidance or like fucking inspiration for somebody.
Yeah.
You know, or making a difference in somebody's life.
Yeah.
That's what I'm grateful for.
Yeah.
Making that difference in somebody, but most importantly for myself.
Yeah.
Not to sound selfish.
No, it's a selfless thing.
Like,
you
know,
you trying to better the community. It's not selfish, bro.
It just boils over into like grateful for. Everybody can say, "Oh, I'm grateful for everything." It's like, considering my situation with my past, the events that happened in my life, being grateful for like the small things, dude. Even so grateful that I have an opportunity to be a father again.
Yeah.
From like birth to like
my goddaughter
to current. It's like that feeling is like, oh man, dude, like, you know,
life.
And then just like the ventures that I'm in with my business, bro.
Yeah.
Like fresh still, and I'm just gaining momentum.
Yeah, it's just getting started.
You know, like, not to talk shit, but like if I can just stop working here, bro, with my dad and just fucking do my own shit, like invest all that time, like where I could be right now.
Yeah.
But
and it's not. I get you. You know, I did that last year because at one point I had to sit down and realize, like, do I really want to be working for my dad for the rest of my life? And I was like, no. Do I really want to be, working out? I mean, at one point I stopped working full days and I started working half days, and then I started working, 3 days a week.
Yeah.
Then I started working at a gym, and then little by little, like, I slowly detached myself.
Pulled yourself away.
So I get you. Like, obviously, I feel like we can all say this is like, nobody wants to, be here for the rest of their lives.
Nah, bro.
But we're here for him,
Yeah,
as
like
much
I
as we
said,
can
it's
be.
like how you said, what are you grateful for? I'm grateful that me being able to help, like my dad, bro. When he needs help and like, I'm like, hey, I need this built, this built, this built.
Yeah.
And I'll pay him ahead of time.
Yeah.
Without even seeing the first fucking unit being built.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just to help him handle his situation with his finances.
Yeah. That's what it's
everybody
about.
Like I help everybody in like a certain way. But I'm grateful to have that opportunity to be able to make that difference.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm most grateful for. Hence, because like the events that happen in my life. Everybody has a different background, so they're gonna be grateful for different things.
Yeah.
So me having my background or whatever, that's what I'm grateful for, man.
Yeah.
It's simple. Like being grateful for the opportunity to make a choice that will be a positive in somebody's life.
Yes, sir.
Not just for myself, but like for my kids, for my wife to be Chelsea.
Yes.
Like being there for her.
We're waiting for that wedding too. So.
You know what I mean? Like, fuck, dude, I'm just like, I know I'm here for a reason, and I'm just walking this path, and like I'm really good at feeling people's energies and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I know when I help somebody, like, it's for good.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm grateful that I have that opportunity.
Yeah.
To make choices to help people, you know, or make choices to help myself, you know.
I get you.
So,
final thing I want to ask you. Everybody has a different opinion on this specific matter, but what would you say this world needs more of?
this world needs more of.
Mm-hmm. To better humanity, not to better finances or to better the economy and all that bullshit. To better humanity, because I feel like humanity is something that gets overlooked. Everybody's so stuck on gas prices getting decreased, or like
The
building a
whole
house
fucking
or financial freedom.
yeah,
Like, yeah, that's all
yeah.
cool and dandy, but at the end of the day, being a good human person, having good ethical choices, what does this world need more of, humanity wise?
Humanity. I think honestly, bro. I think like people need to learn again to be more independent and not so reliant on fucking like everyday trends and like the whole stoic shit of fucking influencing. I mean, everything's cool. That's cool and shit. Like, I'm not hating, man. Like, do you? But the way fucking everybody just gets so wrapped into the same shit, man. Like, I can sit here and stand in the background. I'm just like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
Like, everything's so fucking simulated,
Yep.
you know? So I would say the world needs more independence, you know, like
Uniqueness.
don't just fucking follow the next person in front of you, bro. Like, do you, man? Like, fuck, you're your own individual. You can make your own fucking difference in this world, right?
Yeah.
In your own unique way. Like, for instance, man, put it this way. Like, when I did my thing, you know, I was in prison or whatever, but I chose to help other inmates get their GEDs, right? Or say, like, you're doing your podcast, but, like, you're doing it in a way where you're not seeking fame. You're not seeking, like, to get paid or whatever. You're doing it for the purpose of, like, what you said, you know?
Changing the pain for the love.
Exactly. So you're doing it in your own unique way to help humanity.
Yeah.
So everybody can make a difference by doing their part.
Yeah.
Not just like, oh, I'm gonna do this, like follow their trend and obsessing about like, oh, what's the next challenge or whatever, the TikTok or whatever the fuck.
Trends, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I get you, bro.
Like, people need to find themselves to motivate their own self or become more driven. You know, only in that manner where I think things could start becoming better, you know, because back then, like, the way people were, like, they were independent, you know. They went and made a difference and built what we have now with the little they had.
Yeah.
You know. So people need to start realizing to have like more fundamental values in their life, you know, not just like comparing themselves to others.
They say comparison is the biggest motivation killer.
It's fake, bro.
Yeah, it's fake.
Why are you gonna be fake? Be yourself. You know, learn how to accept like everything that comes your way, bro. Like, if it's failure or if it's a setback, you know, just like, I'm going off track, but like, for real, man, like, just be your own individual self, you know. Stop trying to be shit that you're not.
Exactly.
You know, be unique in your own way.
I follow somebody on social media that he's to the point, blunt. You probably know who it is. Gary V. he says this, or I see a video pop up, and it's a lady, and she's like, she meets him for the first time, and she's excited, and she's like, in a few years, you're gonna know who I am, and I'm gonna be somebody. And he holds her, and he's like, you're somebody now.
Yeah.
You're somebody now.
Exactly.
And that's like fucking clicks, you know, like that's
Like,
exactly what you're trying to get
the
to.
fundamental values, bro.
Be your own person, because at the end of the
Exactly,
day,
bro.
you know, like when you follow trends, you don't want to be that person. God made you unique. Follow that trait. Follow who you are, because at the end of the day, if you're just following somebody else, you're not being your true person.
Yeah.
So, no, I get you, bro.
Value yourself to the core, bro.
Yeah.
Good and bad. Because, I don't know. A diamond in the rough, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's a diamond in the rough to you? You know?
Mm-hmm.
What is it?
Something that is of high value that has not been found yet.
Exactly. So, let's just say you find a diamond in the rough and you look at it and it's ugly.
Mm-hmm.
Because it looks like a fucking stone or a rock or a fucking...
Something fake.
Yeah, like
a plastic, fuck? Yeah.
You know? But it has value inside of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Just like individuals.
Yeah.
So, when I say learn how to accept failure, learn how to, like, overcome things and stuff like that, it's like you're a diamond in the rough, and when you start realizing how to overcome trials and tribulations or the hard times or the depressing shit or sad shit or breakups and heartbreak and fights and I'm talking about like youth, boyfriend, girlfriend, and they start going into the depression mode and the suicidal bullshit and like I'm gonna go fucking shoot people. Like no, like people need to like have like fundamental values to basically like learn how to overcome certain stuff, you know?
Yeah.
You know, and people need to do their part to like help that.
Yeah.
Like as parents, you got your children and slowly that diamond in the rough starts getting shaped and polished and pretty like, you know, over time you're gonna have a fucking gem, right? Like what you see in the store, what a diamond is.
Yeah.
But it's always been a diamond, but it didn't look that beautiful in the beginning.
Yeah.
You know? You just gotta work at it. You know,
yes,
put in the work in yourself. You know, only in doing so, putting the work in yourself will define who you are by the choices that you make. You know, so that's what I think this world needs more of, bro.
Society.
You know, society.
Yeah.
Couldn't
have said it better myself.
Yeah, like learn how to make your choices, but also learn how to accept what comes with it.
Yeah.
You know? Not just fall into the trend or just because it's easy.
Yeah.
You know? That's what makes us, bro, being individuals.
Yes, sir. All right. Well, I want to close this off, brother. I just want to say thank you for being on this podcast, bro.
Yeah.
I am
you're
grateful.
welcome, bro.
You know, I'm grateful for everybody that's been on the podcast. You know, it's always good talks, good information, stuff that people need to hear, and stuff that people probably don't hear. You know,
Yeah.
they don't have that advice or that surrounding.
And it's good because from every podcast that you do, you get something from it.
Yeah.
It's different in each way because
And
every individual is different.
Yeah.
You know,
and everybody gets to get, because there's multiple lessons and there's multiple snippets in each podcast. But what I like to believe is people that watch the podcast or listen to the podcast, because we're on, you know, Spotify and Apple Podcast, but they're listening and there's always one piece of information that they need to hear to better their situation or motivate them to do better. And
that click, right?
That click. So gotta keep it going.
Exactly.
All right, so let's give another round of applause for my brother Juan Carlos. To everybody watching, thank you guys for staying the whole amount of time. Again, if you're not following us on our socials, Dolor por Amor on Instagram, Dolor por Amor Podcast on Instagram and TikTok. We're also on YouTube, Dolor por Amor Podcast, Apple Music or Apple Podcast, and Spotify. Don't forget, if you don't want to watch it, I understand. I recommend you do watch it because we try our best to look cute and handsome. Nice playing.
Right.
But if you want to, just ride, driving to work or, going somewhere, or, just want to like, get a good workout in and listen to us speak and give you guys a little wisdom, Apple Podcast or Spotify. You can hear us on there. Or if you want to watch the whole thing, we're on YouTube. So, till next time, Juan, love you.
Love you
and
too, man.
Everybody, I'll see you guys on the next one.